Okay guys, hey, today I'm going to be giving my review slash impressions for the Dragon's Dogma demo, the same way as I did with my Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning demo video. So basically, character customization. It's kind of weird actually, the character customization in this, because you choose your character's name and then for some reason you have to choose like a second name. I don't know why. I thought it says something about people that have parental settings turned on or something will see this other name instead of whatever name you type. Must just to be avoid children seeing profanity in names, I guess. But it's pretty cool. And in the actual list of the names that you have to select, not the one you type yourself, this parental guidance name or whatever, there's actually a lot of pretty cool names, like a lot of Western names, but then like a lot of Japanese games too. Names as well. And I thought that was pretty cool because I'm a big Japan geek. So it's pretty awesome to call my character Akira, I think. So yeah. You can choose your male or female option, obviously, and then there are 16 body types, you know, like different variations of bulkiness and height and whatever, which then you can just completely customize yourself. The customization in this does go very, very deep, potentially some of the deepest I have seen for an RPG. You know, you can change the hairstyle, facial hair, which is normally a given, then skin tone, which again is normally there. But then there's the whole eyes option and nose and mouth, which again are also sometimes in games, but sometimes the game just has a slider for them with like very limited options in the slider. I think this had around 3 dozen and up maybe possibilities for each, you know, of the eyes and everything like that. So you can basically make a character look the way you want your character to look. The menu system, the art style and the music, very, very, very similar to Dark Souls. You can see the lending of the Japanese game community or whatever. Very, very, very similar though, visually, but the gameplay is not. So don't be thinking, oh shit, Dark Souls 2, we're all going to die. Nah, you'll be fine. Then the same as your character customization, you customize your pawn, who's like your sidekick and accompanies you the whole way through your game and fights with you and stuff. I called my pawn Memory. It was pretty awesome. And then with the I think that secondary name that you have to choose, I think they're calling it a Monocar. I think, could be wrong. I put it as Midori, I think. So, and then I've sat and customized my pawn to look very similar to someone. Then the actual combat system itself, where Dark Souls' combat was just like, I need to block at this stage or I am fucked, I will die. This not so much, and completely opposite of that. Something Dragon's Dogma does that Dark Souls didn't do was map the buttons very, very efficiently on the controller, like the sprint and, you know, everything else along those lines. So where was I, folks? Yes, the combat. You have your light attack and your heavy attack, which is a given in a lot of games, but you have more than just those two attacks. You have, for example, if you're playing as a warrior, which you have to do in the demo version for the prologue mission, you have a shield and you have a sword. And if you hold down right bumper, then you get a selection of abilities for the sword, Y being an attack, X being an attack, and B being an attack. And then similarly, if you hold down left bumper, oh, I got a text message. If you hold down left bumper, you get those same range of attacks, but for your shield. And then if you're playing the countryside mission, I think it's called, your character is like an archer, and it's right bumper for the dagger attacks and left bumper for bow attacks. The bow combat was pretty fun, and something that I have seen in other games similar to this, but not executed anywhere near as well as this. If any of you remember Dragon Age 2, the archer abilities and stuff, basically like that, but far, far better with the arrow volley attack and stuff like that far, far, far better. Just imagine it like the Dragon Age 2 style of attacks meets Dark Souls's, like, you aim yourself and stuff with the strategicness and everything, and it's pretty awesome. Like, if you're fighting the Griffin, you shoot the Griffin in its wings and it falls, and that's pretty cool. Something I thoroughly enjoyed too, which I thought was pretty unique. I was fighting in like this ruined courtyard, and I could essentially run around and jump. I discovered this by accident. I jumped and he grabbed onto a ledge and climbed up, and I was like, maybe this just happens with this one ledge. So I kept trying with more and more and more, and it just seemed to be able to work everywhere. You can command your pawns with the D-pad, like pressing up sends them away somewhere, pressing down makes them follow you, so on and so forth. A unique combat aspect, well, not unique, but executed differently than other games of its type, is the ability to climb up on the larger enemies and attack them. Like, you climb on the Chimera's back and you like beat the shit out of its tail and the goat head and stuff. Or you can climb up on the Griffin and it flies up in the air and you stab it and just hope you don't get knocked off. Which is pretty cool. Like, I've seen this kind of gameplay in the Castlevania game. I haven't played Shadows of the Colossus, so I'm not going to compare it to Shadows of the Colossus, but I've seen it in the recent Castlevania title, Lords of Shadow. And again, this game inserts it a lot more fluidly than Castlevania did. So, just to close up, I'll say I thoroughly enjoyed the demo. After finishing the demo, I did pre-order the game. It's just an additional bonus that also with the game I'll be getting my Resident Evil 6 demo. But one thing I will say to close is I hope this doesn't turn out like Amalur does and be extremely, extremely overhyped with everyone saying they love it, and then the game comes out and it was just like, meh. You know, it wasn't a bad game. Amalur was not a bad game, but there was nothing overly new or groundbreaking in it. So let's hope this doesn't happen again with Dragon's Dogma. I don't think it will. I just, yeah, hope it will not. So thanks for listening to my random ramblings, folks. Whatever, subscribe and like if you feel like it. So that's me for now, and good night.